everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, and I'm going to use some of the beads that came in the latest GGC's treasure bag that I got. I got the Cool collection. This is not a subscription that you can sign up for. She just puts these bags out once every other month or so, and there's only a limited number of them, and they always sell out really quickly because they're so beautiful, and it's a really great value. You get so much in one of her bags. You can sign up for her email notification list, and that way when she's ready to release her next bags, she'll send you an email and let you know, and that way you can be ready and hopefully get yourself one if you want one. I'll put a link in the description box below to her website in case you want to do that. And here I have the 7 by 3.5 millimeter column beads that came in the bag. It's a mix of all kinds of pretty blues. There were some clear crystals in here too, but I took those out. I mean, you could use those, they'd be beautiful, but I just had enough of these that had the blue, the different colors of blue, that I didn't need the crystal ones, so I just took out the crystal ones. In here I have the 7 by 4.5 millimeter twist beads that came in the bag. The color is Cool Mix. They're just a mix of pretty blues too. For my stash, I have some 8/0 and 15/0 Miyuki Durcoat galvanized silver seed beads, a toggle clasp, a couple of 6mm jump rings, and a couple of wire guardians. I'll be using a size 11 beading needle and my 8-pound fire line in crystal. Of course, I'll be using my scissors and thread burner to cut and burn down my fire line, and my pliers to put my clasp on at the end. I think that's everything. I'll try to find links and put links to everything I'm using in the description box below, everything that didn't come in the bag. She might have some of these beads on her website. She also sells beads aside from the treasure bags. So I don't know, I have not looked, but she might have some of these. If you didn't get the bag, you might still be able to get some of these. I don't know. So hold on, I'll get some of this out. Okay, I've got some of my beads out here now. I've got some of my column beads, my 8/0s, my twist beads, and my 15/0s. And I'm just going to do, you know, one unit with one color of column beads and the next unit with a different color. I've got my needle threaded, I've got a stop bead, and I've got about a 6-inch tail, just enough to be able to put a needle on it and sew it in later. I won't need to, I'm going to put my wire guardian on right away, which means I need to get my wire guardian. I forgot it. So I won't need to leave a big long thread to put my wire guardian on with. And I've got 4 of my column beads with 3 8/0s between them on here. So 3 8/0s, a column bead, 3 8/0s, a column bead, 3 8/0s, a column bead, 3 8/0s, and a column bead. So I'm going to sew around all that again. I'm going to sew around until I'm coming out of the column bead past my stop bead. Which is this one here. Pull that tight. Now I'm going to pick up an 8/0, and I'm going to go from this column bead into this column bead. Just the column bead. The needle was trying to go through an 8/0. I'm going to make that new 8/0 go on the inside of my unit there. I'm going to pull it tight so that it'll draw those beads together like that. I'm going to pick up another 8/0 and do the same thing. I'm going to do this all the way around. Go from column bead to column bead. tight. I got one more. A little knot in my thread there, a little slip knot. There we go. Now I'm going to pull that last one tight. Now I'm going to go around all these inside 8/0s and the column beads again, because since there's only one piece of thread through them, they can be loose, and I don't want them to be loose, so I'm going to go through them again, so they'll have 2 passes of thread through them, and they'll be in there better, and they won't like come loose and stick up or anything. I'm going to sew till I'm coming out of this, till I'm coming out of here where my tail thread is. I'm going to go in that inside 8/0. Now I'm going to go up this 8/0 here, because this is where I'm going to put my wire guardian on. And I'm going to come out this 8/0 on the tip here. And now I'm going to pick my wire guardian up. And I'm going to go down the other channel of the wire guardian. I'm going to hold my finger over it so that the thread will land in the channel. Now I'm going to go on the other side of that 8/0 that I started in. Put my wire guardian on like that, and I'm going to round all that again. Or not all that, just my wire guardian. Back down the other channel, hold my finger over the wire guardian, back into the 8/0. Now I'm going to go back around that one more time, and then I'm going to put a needle on my tail thread here and sew it in and get it out of the way. And when I get that done, I'll be back. Okay, I went around my wire guardian again, and I got rid of my tail thread. So now I'm going to sew until I'm coming out of this inside 8/0 opposite my wire guardian. So I'm coming out of that 8/0 there where I put my wire guardian on. I'm going to go in that next 8/0 in the column bead. And then I'm going to go in the inside 8/0 in the column bead, and the inside 8/0. Now I'm going to put one of my twist beads on the inside here. Got one of my column beads in my twist bead pile. I've got them mixed up here. Okay, I'm going to put one of my twist beads in there. So I've got I'm going to pick up a 15/0, a twist bead, and a 15/0. And I'm going to go in the opposite inside 8/0 on the same side. And now I'm going to pick up another 15/0, go back in the twist bead, and pick up another 15-0 and go on the opposite side of the 8-0 that I started in. Now I want to make sure my little twist bead stays in there really good and is not gonna, well, okay, my 15-0 is trying to stay. Sometimes they want to get hung up there, and you have to make them come down there where they're supposed to be. There we go. Now, because I want my twist bead and my 15-0s to stay in the center really good, I'm going to go around all that again. So I'm going to go back into the 15-0, the twist bead, and the 15-0 on this side. And then back into the 8-0. And then into the 15-0 and the twist bead. And the 15-0 on this side. And I don't think I can get through that 15-0. I'm going to have to go through it separately. And then back into the 8-0. So that's my first unit. Now I'm going to go up this 8-0. And come out the 8-0 at the tip there. Now I'm going to make my next unit. So I'm going to pick up an 8-0, column bead, 3 8-0s, column bead, 3 8-0s, column bead, 3 8-0s, column bead, and 1 8-0. So I've got the same thing that I started my first unit with, because I've got a column bead with 3 8-0s between each one. And this one here, I'm sharing that 8-0 on my previous unit for the middle 8-0 of those 3. So I'm going to go into the other side of this 8-0. And now I'm going to go around all that again. And I'm going to sew around until I'm coming out of the column bead past my connection point. Go into that 8-0 and the connecting 8-0. And then on into this 8-0 and this column bead. Now I'm going to pick up an 8-0, go from the column bead to the column bead. And just come out the column bead. Make that 8-0 go to the inside and pull tight. And pick up another 8-0. Go into the next column bead. Pull that. That tight. Pick up another 8-0. Go into the next column bead. that tight. And then pick up another 8/0, go into the next column bead. Pull that in tight. Now I'm going to go around all the inside 8/0s and the column beads again. The needle keeps wanting to go into that 8/0 on the other side of that column bead, and I do not want it to, so. And now I'm going to sew until I'm coming out of this 8/0 opposite the inside 8/0 opposite my connection point. And now I'm going to put one of my twist beads in the middle. So I'm going to pick up a 15/0, twist bead, and a 15/0. Going that 8/0 across on the same side. Now pick up a 15/0, back into the twist bead, pick up a 15/0, and go into the other side of this 8/0. That little 15/0 go down there where he's supposed to. He always wants to get hung up there. Okay, now I'm going to go back around all that again. I'm going to go into the 15/0, twist bead, and the 15/0 on this side. Back into the 8/0. And into the 15/0 and the twist bead. And the 15/0 on this side. And then back into this 8/0. That's 2 units. Now I'm going to go up this side 8/0 and come out this 8/0 on the tip. Now I'm going to do one more, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. I need to check my little beads here, though, and see. I've got them all mixed up, so hold on. Let me see what I've done here. I'll be back. Okay, I got everything straightened out here now. I think I just had a couple of my column beads mixed in with my twist beads. I went ahead and picked up the beads for my next unit, so I've got an 8/0, a column bead, 3 8/0s, column bead, 3 8/0s, column bead, 3 8/0s, column bead, and 1 8/0. So I'm going to go in the other side of this 8/0. Now I'm going to go around all those again. I'm going to sew around till I'm coming out of the column bead past my connection point. Go into my connecting 8-0 there. Come out of this column bead. And now I'm going to pick up an 8-0, go into the next column bead, push my 8-0 to the center, pull it tight, pick up another 8-0, go into the next column bead, pull that tight, pick up another 8-0, go into the next column bead, pull that tight, pick up another 8-0, go into the next column bead, pull that tight. Now I'm going to go around all the inside 8-0s in the column beads. Make sure not to go into any of those outside 8-0s, and it's my needle's wanting to. There we go. And now I'm going to sew down here till I'm coming out of the inside 8-0 opposite my connection point. Now I'm going to put one of my twist beads on the inside here. I'm going to pick up a 15-0, a twist bead. I wanted to get one that kind of contrasts with my outside color, and that one looks, I think that one's too much like it. I'll do this one. 15-0, and go in the same side of the opposite 8-0. And then I'm going to pick up another 15-0, go back into the twist bead, and then another 15-0, and go into the other side of this 8-0. I'm going to go around all that again. 15-0, twist bead, 15-0. Back into the 8-0. 15-0, twist bead, have to go into that 15-0 separately. It's not wanting to cooperate. And then back into the 8-0. And then up this side 8-0. And into the 8-0 on the tip. So that's 3 units. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get the length that I want. And when I get to the other end, I'll put my wire guardian on just like I did this one, and I'll go ahead and put my clasp on. So when I get back, we'll see what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, there's my bracelet all done, made with some of the beads that I got in the most recent GGC's treasure bag that I received. I got the Cool collection. This is a really easy bracelet to make. It's not hard at all, and it goes pretty quickly because the beads are bigger than beads that I usually use in bead weaving. So it's not hard to make at all. Like I said, if you think you might want to get one of Gina's bags in the future, it would be a good idea to go to her website and get on her email notification list. And that way, when she's about ready to release her next bags, she'll send you an email and let you know, and you can be ready and hopefully get yourself one if you want one. And I'll put a link to her website in the description box below. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry and some grab bags of extra beads that I have. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.